Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your comments, and thank you for your thumbs up. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. Well, I have gotten to this big age that I am now, and I'm just now realizing how hard it must be to be a black man in America or maybe anywhere. And I'm saying this because I have known for some time that black men really don't like each other. They don't trust each other that much. And what I'm saying is that if they don't know you, if it's not their brother or their cousin or somebody that they really know, black men don't have a great deal of trust for each other, in my opinion. They don't trust each other for friendship because so often they'll try to be friends with somebody and then the guy will go and stab her in the back, be going back trying to talk shit about them to their girlfriend or their wife or just sneaking around doing dirty stuff. A lot of guys do that. And because you don't know who's going to do it, I think that black men don't trust each other. Now, if I'm wrong, correct me. But this is what I have sort of observed in my lifetime, living in a house with a father, five brothers, uncles, boy cousins. I just don't believe that there's a great deal of trust between black men. And I believe therein lies part of the problem in the black American community. Somebody just told me that in our town, there have been 17 homicides, and most of them were black men. Black men, black on black. So it's not really made up, it's real. I read the book by Ta-Nehisi Coates, Between the World and Me. And in that book, he talks about being a black man growing up in America. And on the one hand, you're afraid of the police because they could take your life at a moment's notice. And on the other hand, you'd have to deal with black men, which they would take your life on a moment's notice for nothing, really. So it really must be hard to be a black man. And I'm glad that I'm finally coming to realize that it really is hard to be a black man in America. Now, let me just tell you what brought this on. Black American men cannot choose a black woman, especially if she's a celebrity, without being harassed by other black men. Let that sink in for a minute. A black man cannot choose a partner for himself in a black woman without being harassed in many cases, without being harassed by other men, by other black men. And then white men get in on it because these certain types of black men have shown so much disdain and disrespect for black women. Now, white men get in on it. Remember, years ago, the white man got fired from his job for talking about the University of Connecticut women's basketball team, calling them nappy-headed something or other. They get that from black men. Black men talk about black women like that. And I just believe that at some point, there will probably have to be some type of legislation just to protect black women because it's just gotten outrageous that black women cannot live their lives in peace and black men who love black women cannot live their lives in peace. I have spoken about this before and so have others. Case in point is Russell Wilson with Sierra. He has received so much hatred because he chose her for his wife. Now, they just had a situation with her oldest son, who is by another man. First of all, they're mad at Russell Wilson for marrying Sierra, like that is their business. And then she changed or she added Russell Wilson's name to her son's name, probably because he wanted it that way. And black men are more, and y'all please understand, I'm not talking about all black men, but I'm talking about these black men are giving black men a bad name. Those men had more problems with Sierra changing that child's name than the child's father did. They had more to say about that child's name being changed than his biological father did, because I'm pretty sure they discussed it with him and he agreed. But other people have a problem with it. And just a few days ago, The rapper Killer Mike was all up in Steph Curry's business about his wife. See, that was the woman that he chose to marry. It's his job to deal with his wife. It's not Killer Mike's or all these other nosy black men who like to meddle into black women's business. It's not their business. It's those men's business. And now we come to the reason that I'm doing this video. Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion is in a relationship with Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson is a four-time NBA champion. He has made a lot of money in the NBA. He's 35 years old, and he's playing out his days in the NBA. Now, he's not having such a great season right now. And here again, we got black men blaming it on her, harassing him because of the choice that he made in a partner. And there were black men sitting up on a podcast blaming his poor performance on her. And then a white man wants to interject something very vulgar referencing her. Now, the black man did not make that vulgar reference, but a white man should not have felt so comfortable sitting up there with those black men making that comment about a black woman, because guess what? Taylor Swift has had more men than anybody in the entertainment industry, probably. And there is no way in hell black men could have sat up there and made that kind of reference about Taylor Swift or any white woman. I'm not going to even play the video. I'm not going to even play it. But they've had, making a very vulgar comment about Megan Thee Stallion and saying that's why Klay Thompson is not playing well, to the point that he had to address it. He had to address what they said. And this is a guy who doesn't keep up mess on social media. He's not loud. He's not known for bothering anybody. All he's known for is being quiet and being a good teammate. But now they are dragging him because of the woman that he chose to be with. And it's none of their business. This is and when I say it must be hard being a black man, because these are black men living their lives, many of them living very productive lives. But then you got black people, and somebody said with these black men on these podcasts, somebody said they need to sue Best Buy for even selling them a microphone because they are using them in the wrong way. But they get on these podcasts and they start talking about women. Now, black women are really their target because they don't like black women. They got a problem with black women. But they'll sit up on a podcast and let a white man degrade and demean a black woman, whereas that white man is not going to let them degrade and demean a white woman. So now the black man got to step up and say something to these men. Serena Williams' husband, who is not black, but it's the same principle, he had to check Stephen A. Smith and put him in his place. And now Klay Thompson has had to check a black man and a white man for meddling into his business. So it's hard being a black man. It is hard being a black man because they don't respect each other. They don't respect each other. They can be married to another race of woman, just like that football player, Robert Griffin, whatever his name, picking at Angel Reese to the point that Shaq had to threaten to whoop his ass because he won't mind his business. Now, the people I just mentioned are celebrities, but everyday black men go through the same thing. If they're in a relationship where they're happy, where they're raising a family, where they're living the basic American life, they can't just be an upstanding black man. They're a simp. They get called all kinds of names by these mean, broken men. So in order for you to be an upstanding black man, sometimes you have to break ranks with your own family because they're in there talking about, I wouldn't let no woman do this and I wouldn't let no woman do that. They don't have anybody. They don't have anybody because nobody can get along with them. Yet and still they're out here running their mouth, trying to drag other people down. Is something wrong with that? So it's hard being a black man because you're not only up against a system that's designed to operate against you, but then you're up against your own people. Just trying to be your own man, trying to mind your own business, not bothering anybody, and here they come, meddling into your business to the point that they're pissing you off, and you got to put them in their place and get them out of your business. So my heart does go out to black men because there are good black men. There are good black men who love black women, who want to see the black community uplifted, and thriving. And then you have those who just want to tear other people down for whatever reason, maybe because they feel so bad about themselves. But anyway, shout out to the Black men who stand on business, who stand up for themselves, their women, and their families. And we just have to keep them lifted up in prayer because they need it. Okay, y'all, thank you for listening. Let me know what you think about the video and have a good day.